If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what are the 5 things, there's 5 of them, that you could do to maintain your goals after the beginning of the new year? And why does it matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from Haleiwa, Oahu for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. All right, so here's the thing. From about December 25th, 26th to about January 5th, there's 10 days that people talk about goals. And one of the things that happens is people will say, hey, what are your goals? What do you want to do? How do you want to achieve them? But what nobody really talks about is how do we propel? How do we stay in motion going forward, even during adversity? So number one, what's your adversity plan? Things are going to fall apart. People are going to make fun of you. You're not going to hit a goal one of these days or one of these weeks or one of these months. How do you mentally have the mental toughness to stay into it and say, I'm going to keep going. I know that on the other end of that rainbow is what I want. And a little bit of adversity is normal. A lot of adversity can be normal. Huge amount of adversity can be normal. And I'm going to get past it, right? So I'm going to give you what my game plan could be. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's yours, that you can continue on with number 2. I have this list. I have an Excel document or a Google Doc, whatever you want to call it, where at least once a week, I go in there and I type something good that I achieved. Like I went to the gym 4 days. Okay. I called all my brothers and sisters and everybody in my family, and I told them that I love them. It doesn't always have to be business. It's just something good, right? It gives me 52 times to look and say, I've got good things that happen, because here's what happens during adversity. Everything, it becomes global. Everything's going wrong. I have a ton of problems. Nothing's going right. Well, if I have 12 weeks in the past of things that have gone right, I can negate that conversation in my mind right here and push on with that mental toughness of saying things have gone right, right? It's just right now today, things have gone wrong. So, you take the good and you're constantly looking at like, here's all the good things, here's all the good things, here's all the good things. And it's just a minimum of one good thing. If you really wanted to push this forward, you could say, hey, I'm going to do 365 days, 365 days. And it could be as simple as I got out of bed today. There are people who struggle that are like, man, it's just tough to get out of bed. I really don't want to do it. I'm just really struggling. I made it to work on time. I ran my sales calls. You look for one good thing without negating it. Yeah, but take all that out of your language. It's one good thing that I did this week or one good thing that I did today, right? If you're like, hey, Scott, a whole year sounds like a lot of work. Start with the week, okay? And this right here is why you should join my email publication. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel. So what you do is there's a URL right above my head, and you type that into a browser, drop in your name, your phone number, your email address, and, I'll let you in on the inside. Number 3, an awesomeness swipe file. Now, this is above and beyond a good file. An awesomeness swipe file is this. Let's say that somebody says something amazing about you. I got a fantastic testimonial from somebody that I had helped out in a sticky situation when I was in Austin a couple of months ago. And I had helped coach this entrepreneur as a way to have a conversation that could be like $100 million deal, right? So I get this amazing testimonial. So in this awesomeness swipe file goes testimonials, trophies, things that you have achieved that are just significant to you in your life, right? I published a book at the end of November that was 400 pages, 106,000 words. It was the 5th book that I've published about sales. That was significant. I took a picture of it. I dropped that in my swipe file. So I've got testimonials. I've got pictures of awards that I've won. I've got destinations that I've been to. I've got videos and audios that I've pumped myself up for things that I achieved. I made a pretty awesome deal with a guy. And so I was at the airport and I pulled out my phone. I'm like, hey, these are the awesome things that I did. And, I'm at the airport at like 5 o'clock in the morning crying, and I'm at the airport at 11 o'clock. It was a single day trip down to LA. All of that goes in the awesomeness swipe file. And it's like a Google Doc or a Google Drive that you could pull up anytime, anywhere, whenever you need it, right? You're struggling. And like this could go into your adversity plan. The first thing that we talked about in this video, what are you going to do when you have these struggles? What are you going to do when you have these problems? Number 4 on this list is you have a group of friends. You have a group of friends that you talk to on a consistent basis. And this group of friends are really meant to help pump you up when you need it and pump them up when they need it. Like there's going to be weeks that you can go and you're like, you got this, keep going. I believe in you. You are the best at what you do. And it's like, you got somebody in your boxing corner and they're like, come on, get back out in that ring and start to swing. Get back out there. You got this. You could do this. Okay, so like there's going to be a time that it's you and you raise your hand. You're like, I'm just struggling right now. I'm not doing good. And they're going to talk to you like, hey, get back in the, get out of the corner. Like, we know who your opponent is. It's a punch, jab, punch, right? You got this. You've been practicing on this. And, you know, it's like 3, 4, 5 people at the most. It's not, you don't want it to be super huge because, you know, mentally, there's only so many people that you want to have be involved in this type of conversation with you. And then number 5 on this list is one of the cool things that I do is I like right there. It's been raining today, right? So check this out. Eva, right? It's been on and off raining. I'm in Holly Eva today. But right, I have some trees that I like to work underneath. Come on, mount. Right there. About right there is where I sit. And I'll go record myself. I'll grab my phone. Or I'll grab an audio recorder. I'm like, Scott, here's your goals. And I listen to my goals. And there's times where I'm like, man, I'm really struggling. And instead of like, what do? I literally go to my playlist. Let me see. I'll pull it up and see if I can show you this. I literally have a playlist on my phone. Right there. Let's see if we get this in there. Right there. Goals. And it's at the top of my playlist. I just talk things through. Like, here's what you're going to achieve, and here's some of the adversity that you're going to face, and here's how you're going to work through it. If you set this plan up today, it'll take you all of 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And, you know, here's the thing. It's easier to not do it because you're like, well, I mean, I could watch a rerun that will never be on TV. I can listen to the radio for a song. I could go out to dinner with people that I'll never... Like, for real, take some time today, 30 minutes. Take 30 minutes out of your life for the plan that I outlined. Like, look, you know, create your list of what to do during adversity. That's 30 minutes of work. You have your good list. Go to a Google document or an Excel file and Google Sheets or an Excel file and just line out 52 weeks. Or you could do it every day. You can have your awesomeness swipe file. That's a Google Drive. All of this can be done for free. For the high price of free. You can create a friends list. You can do your video. And then, you know, all the things that you could do for mental toughness are really going to work towards your favor. I'm going to tell you right now, today may be a fantastic day. Tomorrow may not be. But what are you going to focus on? You know, where you go, energy grows. I mean, Tony Robbins says that. William James, the 19th century psychology professor, used to say, you know, you become what you think. You become what you think about all day. You know, it's attributed to quite a few different people. But William James is one of the people who came out and said it when he accepted an award. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. And when you work on this in advance, it makes your life so much easier. You know what you got to do? You got one of 3 things. Find the subscribe button, click on it. 2, hit follow. 3, tag this video to a friend, send it over to them, text it over to them, email it over to them. Get in the game. You know that the next year is going to be amazing. One last bonus thing. One bad day doesn't make a bad week. One bad week doesn't make a bad month. One bad month doesn't make a bad quarter. There are going to be times that you have ups and downs. I have them too. There's times that I absolutely fail. There's times where I lose things. I had a deal this last year in October that would have bought me a house about 2 miles from here on the beach. And soul crushing to find out that the deal didn't go through because like the house is like right over there. And I would have had a perfect spot to shoot videos all day, every day, if that's what I wanted to do. But you know what? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I had my awesomeness swipe file to go back to, and I was like, hey, you know, my good coach and mentor friend, Roland Frazier, says when you're prepared, the deal of a lifetime comes by every quarter. We'll make it happen. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.